North Korea's criminal empire rakes in $500 million to $1 billion each year through illegal activities that dwarf its legitimate business ventures. These North Korean gangs are way beyond the reach and influence of typical criminal organizations because they operate as state-sponsored networks worldwide. The North Korean government controls drug trafficking, cybercrime, and money laundering through its military and state-run companies. Their operations thrive in 20 countries, and the regime's annual production reaches 30 to 44 tons of opium, enough to make 4.5 tons of heroin. Their criminal success shows in massive cyber heists. The regime stole $100 million from Bangladesh Bank and pulled off a $615 million cryptocurrency theft. This isolated nation became a global criminal powerhouse. The story behind their rise reveals a complex web of state-controlled drug operations and sophisticated cybercrime units that built one of the world's most unusual criminal empires. The Kim family's criminal dynasty. The Kim dynasty has shaped North Korea into a sophisticated criminal enterprise through fear, brutality, and systematic repression. Their iron grip has lasted 3 generations. Rise of North Korea's crime family. North Korea's criminal empire began with Kim Il-sung, who built a totalitarian rule that has lasted almost as long as the Soviet Union. Kim Il-sung approved the creation of opium farms in Hamgyong and Ryanggang provinces during the 1970s. Yonash village became a key location for these operations. The regime created the Songbun system between 1957 and 1960 to control its population by dividing citizens into 3 distinct groups. Kim Jong-un as the ultimate crime boss. Kim Jong-un has strengthened his control through brutal tactics similar to organized crime since he took power in 2011. His regime ordered the execution of at least 340 people in his first 6 years as leader. The government keeps its citizens obedient through constant threats of torture, imprisonment, and forced labor. Structure of the criminal hierarchy. This criminal organization works through a complex structure. Room 39 controls illegal activities with 17 overseas branches and 100 trading companies. The military runs its own illegal division that produces counterfeit cigarettes, among other operations. The regime makes between $500 million and $1 billion each year from illegal drugs alone. They operate through trusted minions and retainers, similar to mafia capo regimes. Control of profitable assets remains both lucrative and contentious. The Kim family holds power through violence and favors, ensuring loyalty with rewards and brutal punishment. Experts call this system criminal sovereignty, where the highest levels of leadership direct and approve state-sponsored illegal activities. The criminal dynasty denies any involvement in illegal operations. Yet, overwhelming evidence shows their state-directed criminal enterprises spread across continents. Inside North Korea's government-run drug empire. North Korea switched to methamphetamine as the main drug export when heavy rains destroyed opium poppy crops in the late 1990s. The regime runs its drug operations from Hamgyong, where skilled chemists work in a sophisticated chemical industrial complex. State-controlled meth production. The North Korean government started producing methamphetamine in 1996 through state-run trading companies and military authorities based in Pyongyang. The People's Armed Forces Department operates the Nanam Pharmaceutical Facility in Chongjin City, which serves as a key narcotics processing factory. Production takes place at several locations, including the Pyeongseong College of Science and Suncheon Pharmaceutical Factory. International drug distribution networks. North Korean gangs have built extensive smuggling routes throughout Asia. Their main distribution channels include Yanbian Korean Autonomous Prefecture and Changbai Korean Autonomous County in China's Jilin Province, Dandong City in Liaoning Province, and maritime routes through Japanese waters. North Korean meth mainly flows into northeast China, then reaches Shandong, Tianjin, Beijing, and interior provinces. Chinese authorities seized $60 million worth of North Korean drugs in 2010. Officials believe this represents just a small portion of total smuggling volume. Impact on regional drug markets. North Korean drugs have significantly affected regional markets. Synthetic drugs, mainly methamphetamine, account for over 90% of drug addiction cases in Jilin province, compared to 70% heroin usage in other parts of China. Chinese authorities launched Operation Strong Wind to curb this influx. North Korea's drug operations have turned neighboring regions into major amphetamine markets. Japanese officials report that North Korea supplies about half of their country's drug imports. The regime has built strategic collaborations with international crime syndicates, including Chinese triads and Japanese yakuza, to help distribution. The U.S. State Department hasn't confirmed any large-scale trafficking incidents with North Korean state entities since 2004. However, evidence suggests the trade continues through private traffickers and criminal partnerships. The high purity and volume of methamphetamine coming from North Korea point to ongoing state-level support. Bureau 39, the money laundering machine. Bureau 39 stands at the heart of North Korea's illicit financial empire. This secretive branch generates billions in hard currency through a complex web of global operations. The shadowy organization manages slush funds and coordinates illicit activities to sustain the regime's power under the Workers' Party of Korea. Financial operations and shell companies. Bureau 39 runs an intricate network of over 120 companies worldwide. We see most money laundering operations through China and other strategic locations. The organization uses sophisticated techniques through shell companies that share distinct characteristics, like lack of online presence or business information, generic corporate names with frequent misspellings, one-directional transaction patterns, and consistent recipients but changing sender companies. The organization coordinated money laundering schemes worth $174.8 million through major U.S. banks, like J.P. Morgan Chase and the Bank of New York Mellon. Cryptocurrency schemes. Digital currency theft has become Bureau 39's key funding source. North Korean hackers stole an unprecedented $1.34 billion in cryptocurrency in 2024. This is a big deal as it means that they accounted for more than 60% of global crypto theft. Their sophisticated operations led to a major breach of the Harmony blockchain, stealing $100 million. The organization runs stolen funds through a complex laundering process using cryptocurrency mixers like Tornado Cash. They laundered $147.5 million through this platform in March alone. These digital heists have become crucial, bringing in $3 billion between 2017 and 2023. Sanctions evasion tactics. The organization uses multiple strategies to bypass international restrictions. They work through overseas representatives in China and Russia to access the global financial system. These operatives coordinate payments through various schemes. A single Russia-based company transferred more than $2.5 million to its parent organization between 2021 and 2022. The regime also makes use of maritime networks near to China and Taiwan. They import refined petroleum products while exporting coal through about 400 shipments. The organization's adaptability makes their sanctions evasion work well. North Korea imported 8 times the allowed amount of oil in 2020. This helps them maintain a steady flow of resources despite international restrictions. Digital gangsters. North Korea's cybercrime unit. North Korea's digital warfare unit has grown from a small computer science program into a global cyber threat and one of the world's most sophisticated hacking operations. The regime now commands an estimated 6,000 state-sponsored cyber operatives, up from 1,300 hackers originally trained at Mirim College. Rise of digital crime operations. The North Korean government's cyber program spans over 35 years. It was developed through domestic state-of-the-art solutions and foreign assistance. Talented mathematicians start their journey at age 12 and receive specialized computing education in Pyongyang. These cyber units now execute complex financial heists worldwide under the Reconnaissance General Bureau's direction, moving beyond their early focus on South Korean targets. Major cyber heists and operations. North Korean gangs have arranged some of the most daring digital heists in history. Their cyber units stole $1.34 billion across 47 incidents in 2024 alone. Notable attacks include DMM Bitcoin theft, $308 million in May 2024, Wazir X exchange breach, $235 million in July 2024, Atomic Wallet hack, $100 million in June 2023, and Harmony's Horizon Bridge attack, $100 million. Global banking system attacks. The Lazarus Group, as these regimes' cyber units are commonly known, has become a sophisticated force in targeting financial institutions. They study systems by staying in a bank's network for about 155 days before attempting theft. These attacks have proved highly successful. North Korean gangs extracted roughly $3 billion through 58 cryptocurrency-related attacks between 2017 and 2023. North Korean hackers stand apart from typical cybercriminals by destroying large amounts of data to cover their tracks. Their operations now include ransomware deployment against healthcare providers and critical infrastructure, going beyond simple theft. U.S. security officials now call them the world's leading bank robbers, a testament to their formidable capabilities. Criminal partnerships and global networks. North Korean gangs have built a big network of alliances with international crime groups. Their web stretches from Russian cybercriminals to Southeast Asian casino operators. These partnerships have created complex illegal operations that generate billions in dirty money. Alliances with international crime syndicates. The North Korean government works closely with major cybercriminal groups, especially Russian gangs. They share tools and knowledge to pull off financial heists. Their criminal connections reach into Southeast Asia. Here, North Korean groups run money laundering operations with local fraudsters and drug dealers. Casinos and cryptocurrency exchanges are now the foundations of their criminal banking system. Maritime smuggling operations. The regime runs dangerous sea operations that put profit above safety. They own some of the world's most unsafe ships and take extreme risks. Their main smuggling routes include the Zhoushan port area for coal transfers, Lianyungang port for sanctioned cargo movement, waters near Vietnam for illegal exports, and maritime corridors near China and Russia. The sea operations led to 6 major accidents in 2019. 12 people died and 5 were injured. The North Korean government cares more about successful smuggling than crew safety. Most ships avoid standard tracking systems on purpose. Cross-border criminal enterprises. The regime shows remarkable skill in dodging international oversight. Their criminal activities span multiple continents, from drug dealing to wildlife smuggling. Their meth distribution network has grown beyond northeast China. It now reaches Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, and Cambodia. These border-crossing operations work through complex front companies. In early 2023, they exported 800,000 tons of coal in just 3 months. This was 4 times more than the 200,000 tons moved in early 2022. North Korean criminal operations now use licensed casinos and junket operators to launder money on an industrial scale. These facilities have shown they can move huge amounts of cryptocurrency and cash without detection. They smoothly mix billions in criminal money into the regular financial system. Conclusion. North Korea operates as a unique criminal enterprise. that combines state power with organized crime at an unprecedented scale. Their operations reach across continents and bring in billions through sophisticated drug networks, cyber heists, and money laundering schemes. The regime's criminal activities have grown by a lot from their early opium production days. Bureau 39 now coordinates complex financial operations while state-backed hackers pull off multi-million-dollar digital heists. The regime's mutually beneficial alliances with international crime syndicates provide the quickest way to distribute drugs and launder money. Facts reveal an uncomfortable truth. North Korea has become skilled at criminal sovereignty. The Kim dynasty's careful planning and ruthless execution has built a criminal empire that gets more and thus encourages more revenue than their legitimate commerce. Their soaring win shows how an isolated nation can reshape the scene into a global criminal powerhouse despite international sanctions and surveillance. Future implications look concerning. North Korea keeps refining their criminal operations and expanding their cyber capabilities. Traditional law enforcement approaches might be nowhere near enough against this state-sponsored criminal behemoth.